A quick heads up. This Lit Snippets episode contains some spoilers, so please listen at your own risk.
Welcome to the deep dive. We're really diving in deep today into The Silent Patient. Got your copy? Good, let's go. We're trying to understand a killer. Or, wait, are we?
This book, let me tell you, it'll mess you up. In a good way. This isn't just some thriller. Michaelides makes you think, what even is sanity?
Right. So there's Alicia Berenson, famous painter, right? Shoots her husband, then bam, silent. Nobody knows why. And then there's Theo, our narrator, a psychotherapist who gets a little too into this case.
See, and that's the genius of it. Is she really crazy? Or is there something more? Trauma, maybe? The book keeps you guessing, are we dealing with a victim or the bad guy?
Okay, but get this. Right away, there's this thing that got me. Alicia, after the murder, paints herself, calls it Alcestis. Now, you know your Greek myths. Explain that one.
All right, so Alcestis, she's this tragic figure, sacrifices herself for her hubby, total devotion. But when Alicia names her painting that, is she the victim or confessing?
Like a secret message, but what's it saying? Help me, or I did it. And everyone's got a different take. The gallery owner even calls it controversial. Like, imagine a crime scene on display. But people love a mystery, right? They line up to see it.
Exactly. Michaelides knows how to hook us. And it's not just the painting. The book jumps around. You get Alicia's life through her diaries.
Which is where you see, oh, this is deep early trauma stuff, rough childhood, problems with her dad. Like the author's saying, hey, these things, they stick with you.
Like a ticking time bomb. Never know when it'll go off.
Yeah.
And in a thriller, that explosion, totally unpredictable.
Speaking of, Theo, our narrator, he's got issues, relationship drama. Isn't that risky, a therapist getting so close to a patient?
Big no-no. Psychology 101. Boundaries. But Theo, he jumps right in, and we see it. His own baggage starts messing with his judgment.
So unreliable narrator, much.
Oh, yeah. And the book does this so well. As Theo gets more obsessed, you wonder, is he helping her? Or is this about him?
It's like he connects to her silence. Wants to fix it, make her talk, but why? For her or for him?
Exactly. And that's the brilliance of the unreliable narrator. Who do we trust? We're questioning everyone. And that keeps you hooked.
And just when you think you've got Theo figured out, bam! Michaelides hits us with this twist. Remember those diary entries? We thought they revealed so much about Alicia's past.
Right, like little glimpses into her life before the silence.
Well, turns out, maybe not as reliable as we thought. See, Alicia, she finally talks to Theo. And what she says, totally different story about the night her husband died. Even I didn't see that coming.
Talk about a rug being pulled out. Suddenly you're like, wait, what really happened?
Because, get this, Alicia says someone else was there. Someone stalking her, watching her. And hold on, she told her husband, but he blew her off. Thought she was just messed up after her dad died.
So awful, right? To be in that position, feeling like no one believes you, that your fears don't matter, Michaelides really nails that feeling.
And it gets worse. This intruder, he makes her watch while he attacks her husband. Brutal scene. Changes everything.
And just like that, who's the victim, who's the villain? Michaelides is making us question our own biases, you know?
Yeah.
Who do we side with and why?
But even with this new info, something's still off. Like we're missing a big piece of the puzzle. And then another curveball, am I right?
Oh, yeah, he does that. He's like, let's dig deeper into Alicia and Gabriel, her husband, and their perfect life starts falling apart.
The cracks start showing. You see the power struggles, the resentment, all that tension simmering underneath.
Their marriage, it's like this metaphor for relationships, how easily things can go wrong, no communication, resentment building up.
And Gabriel. Not so saintly after all. Controlling, doesn't listen to Alicia, even hints he's cheating. Totally different guy than we thought.
Makes her silence even more interesting. What did he do to make her stop talking? Was it like her only way to fight back?
It's like the more you know, the less you understand. And Theo, he's losing it, obsessed with the truth, even starts stalking the stalker.
Kind of ironic, isn't it? He's becoming the very thing he's hunting. Their motivations are like mirroring each other.
His own past, his dad issues, it's all coming out. And right when his career's about to tank, he finds this link between Alicia and another patient.
You mean Elif, the one who was convinced Alicia was trying to kill her.
That's the one. Turns out there's more to it. Elif says she knew the stalker, even confronted Alicia about him before the attack. Huge reveal, right? Changes everything.
Classic Michaelides. You think you're close, then boom, new twist.
And that sets up this final showdown. Truth time. Theo starts putting it together and he realizes Alicia's silence. It wasn't just trauma. It was a choice, protecting a secret way darker than anyone imagined.
And as we head towards the ending, the line between sane and crazy Gone. Who's really in control here?
And that secret, man, it's messed up. Like, really dark.
Turns out, the stalker. It wasn't some creepy stranger. It was someone Alicia knew. Someone she should have been able to trust.
And who's that? Theo. Our narrator, the therapist. The guy who acts like he wants to help her, he's the reason she stopped talking.
Mind-blowing, right? Yeah. Makes you go back and think, oh, wait, what was Theo saying? Was any of it real?
Totally. I was like, Michaelides, you got me. Turns out, Theo was obsessed with Alicia way before she was his patient. Following her, even broke into her place.
Scary, right. Makes you think about people, the ones who seem like helpers. They got their own darkness inside.
And Theo, yeah, he had issues. His obsession with Alicia, it all came from his own past, his insecurities. He needed to control her.
And her being silent drove him crazy. He wanted to break her, make her need him.
Like, he could erase her pain by, I don't know, becoming her pain. And get this, he was drugging her, giving her pills to keep her quiet, to mess with her memory.
Talk about awful. He took away her control completely. Didn't want to just watch her, had to own her, change her whole reality.
So the book, it builds to this showdown, Alicia and Theo. Truth comes out. But Alicia, she knows what he did, and she uses it against him.
Love that. She's strong, she's smart. In the end, she takes back her story. But it costs her,
Yeah.
There's damage.
This book, The Silent Patient, it sticks with you. It's suspense. It's about the dark side of people. And it makes you realize sometimes the scariest monsters, they're the ones hiding in plain sight.
Definitely makes you think twice about who you trust.
For sure. And you're left with this question. If someone chooses not to talk, if that's their defense, can we ever really get them? Really understand their pain, their reasons?
Maybe that's the real mystery here.